Hi, fourth grade cello players and other new cello players. This is week 3 of your lesson material. And in this lesson, we are going to go over our strings, getting into position right away, and getting our left hand involved. Let's first make sure that we've got our cello set up in the right spot. And let's do a ready, let's rock. Remember, your thumb isn't under this, it's on the side. And we're reaching all the way over for the A string. And I said, eek, 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 all the little ants, 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 digging in the dirt, 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 going underground, ground, ground, clearing the way to China, China, China. We're going to go through that again, except we are going to just do our string names so we know where everything is located. Ready, let's rock. And I said, E, E, E. All the little A, D it in the D, 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 going under G, 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 clearing the way to C, C, C. Now we are going to, ready, let's rock, on the D string, me, then you. Play for me. D, D, play. D, D, my turn. G, G, go, G. My turn, D, D, your turn, D, D. Now we're gonna go to A, go, A. Let's put that in bigger chunks. So we're gonna go D, D, G, G. Let's try it. D, D, G, G. My turn, D, D, A, go. D, D, A. Let's put the whole thing together. D, D, G, G, D, D, A, play. D, D, then G, G, G. Now D, D. Now A, do it again. D, D to G, 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 back to D, D, D. Now A, let's stop. Now let's try to put 4 of each one into that same amount of space. So instead of going D, D, we're gonna go D, 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 D. Here we go. Each one is 4 times, starting with D. And then we go to G for 4. Then we go back to D, 2, 3, 4. Then A, ready, let's rock, here we go. D, 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 G, 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 D, 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 A, back to D, 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 G, 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 D, 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 A. Okay, now we're gonna put the whole thing together, starting with our half notes, 2 apiece, for the verse of The Lion Sleeps Tonight. And then we will switch to quarter notes for the chorus, which is the weeble way section, the ooh section. All right, here we go. Ready? Let's rock. Half notes first. Let's give ourselves a little intro, starting with D. Half notes. Here we go. D, D, then G, 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 D, D, A. All right, keep going. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. We're gonna go to quarter notes. Here we go. Do, ooh, ooh, away. Back to D. Ooh, ooh, away. Let's go back to half notes. In the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. In the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. Quarter notes, here we go. Ooh, Do it again. Away. 1D and stop. All right. Hope you know that song, and if you don't, well, now you do. Lion Sleeps Tonight is an oldie but a goodie, and we will return to it again on another time. All right, it's time to get down to business with our left hand. Cello players, this is a tricky one because our left hand, when you hold it out in front of you, naturally your thumb hangs out here with your first finger. And so in cello land, that's not where it goes. In cello land, it's behind your second finger. There's like this imaginary little pole right between them that keeps them across from each other. And so it's important that you recognize that actually in both hands. Eventually when we get to our bow, it's going to be the same thing over here. So thumb and your middle finger, which is finger number 2, is what we're aiming for. Now, when we go to do this, sorry, my head's chopped off right now, but we want to hold a can of soda in front. Okay, now you see my can of soda. I don't want it up here. I want my thumb behind my second finger. Okay, so here it is. I'm holding my can of soda. Now I want you to give it a little squeeze. I don't want to ooze stuff everywhere, but I do want a little bit of a squeeze. So when I do that, you can see my fingers are round. I don't want them flat. I want them nice and round. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my can of soda and I'm just going to put it so that my whole hand is the whole way over the fingerboard. I'm going to cover all of the colors. Okay, straight across. Now, your cello may or may not have this black tape. And if it doesn't, make sure you bring it to me and I'll get it on there. So the black tape is for our second finger. And so also it's our marker for our thumb. And so when we go to put this on here, we're going to have our can of soda. We're going to push it out in front. We're going to say cheers. And then we're going to bring it back to our cello so that 1, 2, 3, 4 are across the front, all the way over on the C string, and your thumb is on black. So back on black. That's right, a little AC/DC sort of kind of. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my chair so you can see a little bit more of this, but know that when we go to put these down, cheers, and we're going to bring it back all the way over on C, and our fingers are on their tips and we're pushing them down all the way. We want a nice round shape per cello. The C string is the thickest string, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm starting with the most difficult, so it's easy by the time we get to the end. Now, we're going to give our cheers out again. Cheers, a little squeeze. Bring it back all the way over onto the C string. And we're going to do some strengthening trainers. So our thumb, again, back on black. Make sure you can look at it real quick, but you don't want to lose this posture over here. So we want this hand right here. The whole hand is nice and round. Our elbow just kind of naturally sits here out at the side. We don't want it against our body, but we also don't want to be able to serve tea on it. That's just awkward. It's nice and relaxed. We're hanging out right here. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Thumb, again, back on black. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold for 10. And here's how this is going to work. Just watch. We're going to count backwards from 10. When we get to 4, we lift off. 3, we lift off. 2, we lift off. 1, we lift off. Okay, so let's try this. We're going to go cheers and back on black. 4 fingers down. Here we go. We're going to count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, lift off, 2, 1, and done. Relax your hand. Okay, we're going to do that again, except this time we're going to go to the G string, ground. Here we go. Out, squeeze it, bring it back on the D string, or G string, I'm sorry. Thumb is on black. Make sure you're lined up. If you notice, these 4 fingers are evenly spaced apart. They're not in some funky thing. We want them nice and spaced so that when they go to be set down, they're equally spaced. All right, here we go. Count backwards from 10. Same idea. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, lift off. 3, lift off. 2, lift off. 1, lift off. None. Relax. Let's do it again on the D string. Out. Cheers. Back. D string. Here we go. Thumb is back on black. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, lift off, 3, lift off, 2, lift off, 1, and relax. Last one is the A string. This one should be the easiest one. Here we go. Out, squeezy, bring it back on the A string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thumb is back on black. Round hand. Here we go. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, lift off, 3, lift off, 2, lift off, 1, off. Yes, relax. Now, that is our left hand strengthener. So I want you to be practicing that. And you know what? Another good exercise for you all to do is just to go up and down and see if you can land on the tapes every single time. And you can pull away for a second and look at it. But another great way to watch if you're doing it right is to sit right in front of a mirror and watch yourself. See if you can fix it that way. Again, your thumb is back on black, okay? And it's behind your second finger. Now, we are going to actually start making some sound. So before we do that, I want you to see how I do this. So I've got the A string here. I'm going to pluck the A string. A. And now what I'm going to do is, again, my cheers, I'm going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm on the A string right now. And I'm keeping my pizzicato hand the same. My end pin or my rock stop is a little slippy slidey right now, so I'm not holding still for a second. Here we go. I've got 1 on the A string, pizzicato. This hand doesn't change, but this hand is, thumb again is back on black and 1 is on yellow. This is the note B. Try playing B. Here we go. Let's set our hand up. Cheers. And let's back ourselves off. Get that hand set. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. B, B, B. Ready? Play. B, B, B. Yeah. And so when you are playing B, it's important that you're pushing all the way down. Otherwise, you're going to get a thud sound. And your thud is going to sound like this. It's not a very pretty sound. So you want to make sure you're pushing it down all the way. So you get a nice ring. Or in other words, as the old kids say, push it real good. So we're going to practice going back and forth between A and B. So we've got open A. Actually, let's get this set forward and back. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the note B on the A string. We're plucking on the A string. Our first finger is on yellow. B. Play that. Ready with me. Here we go. B. Now let's play open A. Ready? Here we play. Make sure your hand stays put. Put first finger down on yellow. Ready, go. B. Go back to A. Say the shape. Ready, go. A. Let's go back to first finger on the A string. B. B. Go back to A. Open A, and here we go. Okay, let's add a track to it. Let's see what we can do. And here we go. All right. Whoop. Starting with open A. Cheers. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open. Let's start with open A. And then B. Just back and forth. Open A. Here we go. Add 1. B. Go back to A. Add 1. B. Open A. A. Add 1. B. Back to A. Add 1. Back to A. Add 1 for B. Open A. A. Back to B. Open A. Add 1. Ready, go. Go back to A. Add 1. Back to A. Add 1. Go back to A. And we all say, push it real good. Add 1. Back to A. And now we're all going to say it again with a B. Push it real good. Yes. Back and forth. That's how it goes. All right. My cello players, we covered a lot today. Again, we're all about building strength in our left hand, keeping those fingers evenly spaced. Thumb is back on black. If you have questions, message me, send me an email, have your family text me and remind, all of those things. But you're going to have a great week. You're going to be a little bit tender, but that means that you're actually working these new muscles, and it's just going to be a great thing. So practice, practice, practice. And then next week, we'll add even more notes to your repertoire. Have a fantastic week, y'all. Ready?